You know how most fantasy stories end, right? The Demon King is defeated, the heroes save the world, triumphant music, fade to black. But what if that's not really the end? What if that's actually where the real story begins? Today, we're diving into Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, a story that asks exactly that. What happens after the credits roll?
So, what does come after the end? Well, this story kicks off with the hero's party having already won. The world is at peace, the great adventure is over. But for our protagonist, the single most important journey of her entire life, well, it hasn't even started yet. It's a story about looking back at that victory and trying to make sense of what it all truly meant.
And at the absolute center of this is our main character, Frieren. Now, as an elven mage, time moves, well, very differently for her. To Frieren, a decade could feel like just a fleeting moment. A whole century might as well be a brief chapter. And this unique perception of time is the absolute heart of her story. And this is where the core conflict lies. That 10-year quest to defeat the Demon King, for Frieren, it was a tiny, tiny fraction of her existence, less than 1% of her life so far, a blip. But for her human companions, like the hero Himmel, it was the adventure that defined their entire lives.
So the party disbands and Frieren departs, promising to see them again. 50 years pass. For her, it feels like a blink of an eye. When she finally returns, her comrades are old. She, of course, remains completely unchanged. And soon after they reunite, she finds herself standing at Himmel's funeral. And it's right there, in that moment, standing before his coffin, that Frieren is shocked to feel herself weeping. It's this unfamiliar, completely overwhelming feeling, and it hits her. In that entire decade they spent saving the world together, she never really made an effort to understand the man beside her. She just took all that time for granted. This profound delayed regret, it becomes the catalyst for the entire series. Her new journey isn't to fight another great evil. No, it's a journey born from grief. A personal quest to finally understand humanity, to understand connection, and to understand the friends she has now lost forever. So this new journey takes her down a very familiar path, the exact same one she traveled with her old party. In a way, her entire trek becomes this long, quiet funeral for Himmel. It's an attempt to walk in his footsteps and finally see everything she missed the first time around. The story does this through memory. The flashbacks here are not just for nostalgia, they're not filler, they are the engine of Frieren's growth. As she revisits old places, echoes of the past come flooding back, and she starts piecing together a portrait of the man she traveled with, re-examining every little moment with a new, profound understanding. And through these memories, she starts to see the depth in things she once completely overlooked. She recalls Himmel's fondness for collecting these simple, seemingly useless magic spells. She remembers him giving her a ring with a lotus flower on it, a symbol of eternal love she didn't grasp at the time. She sees these statues of their party all over the continent and finally realizes he built them so she wouldn't be forgotten or lonely after he was gone. Through these memories, Himmel becomes her guiding ghost. This journey of reflection goes on to completely reshape Frieren's entire understanding of life itself. She starts to learn these fundamental truths that she had been, well, immune to for centuries. One of the biggest lessons is learning to cherish the mundane. The story's beauty isn't in grand battles, but in these quiet, everyday moments, sharing a meal, watching a sunrise, or taking a detour just to see a field of flowers. Frieren learns that a life's greatest value is so often found in these small, seemingly inconsequential pockets of time. She also comes to see that humanity's short lifespan isn't a weakness at all. In fact, it's the very engine of their progress. The awareness of their own fragility, that's what drives humans to innovate, to connect, to create, and to leave a legacy behind. It's what gives their lives an urgency and a meaning she never had to consider. And so, those mere 10 years, that brief adventure she had dismissed as so insignificant, it becomes the most formative period of her entire 1,000-year existence. It was filled with all those mundane, beautiful moments that now, through memory, are finally teaching her how to live. So what's the ultimate destination here? The story suggests there really isn't one. Frieren's journey is a continuous process of learning to be present. It's a journey of healing and connection that doesn't have a final stop. Her path to healing it's a profound one. She has to acknowledge her regret, not by dwelling in it, but by re-examining her past to understand what she lost.
But the most important step is the last one, applying those lessons to the present. She honors those she's lost by truly cherishing her new companions, learning to be the friend she wishes she had been all those years ago.
And in the end, the story brings its core question back to us, and it's a question that is deeply, deeply human. The series suggests that the best way to honor those who are gone isn't just to remember them, but to carry their lessons forward, to live more fully, and to cherish the people who are still by our side.
Ultimately, Frieren is a quiet masterpiece about how loss is never truly an endpoint. It's an ongoing journey of reflection, understanding, and growth. And in that sense, for Frieren and for us, the journey always continues.